Hey, what's up everyone? So in the last video, I showed you guys how I set up the slide out extension out of my truck to make a 5-foot bed into a 7-foot bed. And what I want to do now is I want to show you my setup that I'll do when I'm going to be staying at camp for a couple days at a time. I typically only do this if it's raining out, like during monsoon season, or if it's if I'm just planning just to stay put for like 3 or 4 days. I usually move every day, but if I'm gonna be socked in with rain, then I'd rather have an area to kind of like hang out and get stuff done. So why don't I show you the setup? This is really good to stay either out of the rain or out of the sun, and provide some good protection for you and just an area to hang out and stretch out and all that stuff. So let's do a little walk around of the truck and I'll show you what I've got. All right, why don't we start here with the passenger side? This will be really quick. Over here I've got my road shower, and this thing is awesome. It's a 5-gallon container. It's made out of steel. I've had it, or out of metal. I've had it for 4 years. So I know you can DIY these. I see a lot of people that do that as well. And it's whatever your preference is. I prefer to go with this because I want it long term. Didn't want to have to keep remaking it every 2 or 3 years, because you got to think if it's going to be out in the sun, it's going to get beat up pretty good. But this one's been holding up great. Currently we're clocking in, it looks like at about 97. Yeah, only been in the sun for about an hour. I think if we give it about another hour, we'll probably get to like 104, between 104 and 108, which would be perfect for a shower. So I'll take a shower probably after I do this video. So what I'll do is when I set up like this, when I have the whole truck set up, I'll definitely shower in the afternoon, because that's when the sun's hitting the solar shower the most, and it just heats up this container, just absorbs the water, or absorbs the heat and heats up the water in there. And I can take cold creek water from, let's say, you know, like a creek or river. Let's say it's 40 degrees. I can get up to 104 in about 2 hours in the sun. And that's with temperatures at 70 or above. Moving into where I sleep. This is the slide out extension for my truck bed. In the previous video, I showed how I set this up. For those who are not familiar, this whole thing slides back in, and I can just shut the tailgate and the back topper here and it's fine. So like what I'm saying is this whole portion slides in. But it's all insulated in here, and what I like to do is just have some covered areas when it's sunny like this, because you know, being out here in the desert, or if like you're socked in with rain, you just want to be out of the elements a little bit. So you know, you're in here, it's completely UV protection. I can open the side windows on either side, get a nice cross breeze going through here. If needed, I can turn on the fan, which I've got that for evening time. Now that's battery powered, which is kind of a little bit of a pain. I used to have a USB fan. I actually went through like 2 or 3 of those, and they just crap out so quick on me. So I decided to go with something that was a little bit more durable. The cool thing about that fan is on the underside there's a huge light, so you can hang it. It has a little hanger thing that comes out of it, and you can light up an area and then also you know, move some air around if you need to. And then I'll take that and I'll throw it in my my quote-unquote office, which we'll go check out here next. But this area is real nice. I mean, obviously this is just basically for sleeping or getting out of real windy weather, because the drop-down room is great, but when it's really windy, it's super loud. So let's go over there and check that out real quick. So here is the drop-down room. This is the ARB 2500 series. This is actually the old model. They've got a new model out, and I've heard mixed reviews on it. Some people really like it, some people don't. The main difference is like the doors are set up differently, and then I think the windows are set up a little bit different too. So let's do a quick walk around here and I'll show you how this thing works. So essentially on the awning here, we're gonna have this little area where you can insert. There's like a little place to insert thing right there. So there's the awning clips on, or it slides into that, and then you can clip on to the different bars, like the bars coming out this way and the bars coming on the side, and then you just simply stake it off on the ground. And that's what I've done here and there. And I didn't stake off everything as of yet, because I mean I'm gonna break this down. To be honest, I'm gonna break it down and go back into town here shortly and upload this. But here's a good side view, and then, you know, like a front view. I wanted to show you one of the panels with the window closed and then one with the window open. The cool thing about it is, the one thing I do like about these windows, a lot of people bitch about them, but I like them because they've got these holes in the bottom, these grommets, and you can take this and you can, like, if you wanted to get like partial. All right, sorry about that. I didn't realize that my memory card was out of space, so I just put a new one in there. Anyway, like I was saying, there's these grommets on the side here. And what I like about it is you could take it and open it up a little bit. You could zip this up here. open up the window, and then you can like stake this out with like a guy line and create you know, some airflow in there, but you still have shade. You don't have to open the window all the way. So I tend to like these windows. Some people don't like them. Like I said, the new model has like a different style setup. Another thing too, which I always tell people to be mindful of, is like, you know, you want to be able to get in your vehicle. So like I've got it here to where on the driver's side door, I would just simply you know, push this back and then be able to open the door. That way you can access your vehicle and don't have to get in from the passenger side. So there's a little bit of the outdoor. Oh, one thing, if it starts to rain or anything like that, or if it's snowing, you can always take these sides here and drop one of them down. What you do on the pole here is you just twist it, and then you can push it down like 6-8 inches, whatever it may be, and give a good slope up there. That way the condensation can shed appropriately. So what's up, sweetie? What you doing, baby girl? Got my guard dog out here in front of my office in case anybody tries to come and steal all my precious files. It's obviously a joke. Okay, so here we're getting into what I call my home office. I've got my little desk. It's the Rollaway desk that you can just, you know, you put on the little legs and get it going. This is actually a really strong table, and all this table and like anything else in here, I'll have it the links for sale in my video description below. But this table can hold up to 125 pounds, which is really great because then it just rolls up, and then you take the legs off and the support beam right here, and you just put them in this little side pouch and you're good to go. But this is what I use for my desk table when I'm set up, and I've got the side room all deployed. It's a really great workspace. I can get a ton of stuff done. I've got a really beat up camp chair here. If you see, I'm missing one of the side rests there, but I don't care. My friend Valerie from Alaska, she's kind of known for carrying around the same beat up camp chair for like 4 years, so I'm going to try to match that. But anyway, back to my setup. So I'll create this office space. I usually have my journal here along with some way to make coffee. I'll have my tea down in here along with the coffee, and then a little MSR pocket rocket with gas container. And then I'll have my computer bag down here with some different things that I'll need. Oh, and then also too, for the coffee, I've got a grinder and an AeroPress in there because I like to make coffee that way. But I'll spend hours here. I'll even spend the evening time here. And in the last video, if you saw, I talk about how I like to have these, you know, these old beer bottles, the big ones, and I'll put like the candles in them. So I carry these emergency candles like this, and they fit perfectly into the top of the bottle. And so I'll throw that in there, and then it's great because then in the evening time I'll have really great light, and I'll just be in there like kind of hanging out, and then I've got a great view from my desk. And I always try to set up to where the view is really inspiring. So I'll keep my tripod in here too. Oh, and then another thing is I like to try to keep up on my physical therapy. For those who know, that I've had a lot of problems with my back, and it was a hip issue though. The hips were out of alignment. So anyway, I'll do my physical therapy in here, and I just picked up some bands too to start working out a little bit because I'm getting a little skinny. So that's pretty much the setup. What I'd recommend is that anytime, you know, you're in a setting to where it's like a desert setting and you need shade, make sure that whatever you get is UV rated. There's a lot of stuff out there you can buy that are you know, quote unquote like pop-ups or sunshades or whatever it may be, but they're not UV rated. And this is actually this awning, the top awning part is 100% UV block, and so that's important. I mean, you guys want to make sure that you've got that UV block, because you don't want to have it to where the UV rays are coming through. I've had that before. I've had a tarp which was like, it was like a partial UV block. By the end of the day, you're just beat because the sun's just beating down on you the whole day. You don't want that. And then same within the rain. Like, you know, if I were to set this up in the rain, what I would do is I would honestly probably just take my tarp. I always carry a tarp with me, and I've got one over here. It's pretty beat up, but it's worked great. So I'll take this tarp, undo it, and then I'll attach it like kind of about halfway over here, or just enough to where it covers the door, and then I'll have it go all the way across, and I'll have it attach over here too, so then I'll have like a complete area that's covered from the rain that I can step out on, not have to worry about tracking any mud or dirt or whatever it may be into the topper. And then when I'm ready to go to bed, I just hop in here and go to sleep. And so that's pretty much the setup. I think what I'm going to do now is, let's see what the temperature is on the shower. And we're up to 97. So if the color code's showing 97, I think I'll go ahead and take a shower with that. It should be warm enough. Maybe let it warm up a few more degrees. But anyway, this is real nice. I mean, the thing I like about having this setup is that it's basically like I've got a living room and then I've got a bedroom. And then if I need to chill out, I just come out, you know, if I want more space, come outside and just kind of hang out. But, you know, if it's raining or you're socked in with really hot weather and you just want some shade, this is a really great setup. And then it all packs down to the size of a duffel bag and then I'm out. So if you have any questions on this, just hit me up in the comment section below. And I'll have all the links for all the products in the video description for the things that I use, like the roll-up table and the ARB awning and the drop-down room. So, yeah, if you got any questions, hit me up. And I hope you all are having a great week. Thanks.